Hello and welcome. I put this up mostly to remind me because I'm looking quite blown out. Let's take the. That's a bit better. Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus and we're going to be streaming some Factorio again. But I put this screen up to remind me to tell or let anyone know who is does watch the YouTubes that basically YouTube has made some sort of error again. And one of the streams is balked. It's fine on Twitch. I've retransferred it across, and I need to do the edit and stuff, which is why it's delayed. So there's going to be basically a delay. It's quite convenient actually because it lets me align the schedule a bit better with. It gives me a bit more time to do the thumbnails and stuff. But yeah, basically was gonna apply the thumbnail to it, and I do a little check to make sure it's all in there and it's okay and stuff just before I do, and basically. It gets to 2/3 of the way through and then it just freezes. And it's like an hour and 5 minutes of me doing this, staring at the screen. And it's just stopped. And I thought, oh no, was the stream broken? Did that, you know? But no, the stream on Twitch is fine. It's just the editor or whatever in YouTube it's very finicky. It's like a really useful thing to have, to be able to chop things out. And it's crude. It's not a great editor as such. Not a fully feature thing, but it's great for just chopping off the beginning and ends like this bit. So we'll get on. Let's flip over to that. So I've got no picture. Brilliant. Why is that not on there? Oh, there it is. Technology, eh? Technology. What would we do without it? Have pleasant and easy lives. Yes, hello and welcome to Factorio. We're going to be continuing the Blueprint series today. I'm probably going to switch back next week to doing the Aesthetic Factorio series. I am going to start the playthrough of Crash Storio again. I might just continue from where I got to with the ones on YouTube, but I do want to give that another go and see about learning that. Whether I continue it long term, I don't know, but so I do want to have a nice variety of things that I can just switch between depending on my mood. Although I would say I got a bit carried away with this one. If I'm totally honest, I enjoyed doing this sort of stuff so much. And it just sort of, I sort of go into it's the. If you've ever seen me going on about flow, it's basically what it is. And I just get sort of carried away with it. Yeah, it's very enjoyable for me, but I don't know that it makes great streaming viewing. Anyway, so what we did yesterday was I blathered on about like these designs for ages. Then we tweaked the smelting. What's that? Oh, they're the production things. Then we tweaked the smelting for a bit, and then we finally started on this base. This base is like the part 3 to the Kickstarter process, basically. So there's the science one. So I should keep them active, but it's here. So this is this is the Kickstarter science and. There was the Kickstarter power and all that sort of stuff. So that gets you going. And then these bases basically produce your basic stuff. And you keep this going. The idea is you keep this one going. Where is it? Here it is. Keep this one going to get up to red, get through red and green tech. And then you build, in parallel with this. So it's sort of an iterative running through it process. And then you build this. This basically lets you do more red and green tech and get all the way up to blue science. And in the meantime, you use what it's making, the furnaces and all that sort of stuff. Where are the furnaces? Don't tell me there's no furnaces in it. Oh, there they are. You use the furnaces and the belts and all that sort of stuff to build your first bit of smelting. So what we need to do is finish this off today. And then we need to think about trains. And I don't know whether I want to go with... Because really what they should be... Because when you get to blue science, of course, suddenly you need oil. an oil is almost certainly a fair distance away and kind of surrounded by biters, usually. Not necessarily surrounded by... But you're usually into biter territory. They're only this far out because I set it to 600. You know, they would normally be sort of here-ish. You'd probably be ending up, you know, having to kill a few of them already. But when you get to the oil level, you need to take out the biters and that sort of thing. Usually is the norm. And it's usually sufficiently far away that really you should start with your trains, which is why this base has got trains in it, so you can build your trains. But that obviously means if you're then going to say, right, we're going to bring oil in and process oil, you're going to do that by train. I think really you could run a pipe across if you wanted to, but generally, you know, something like that, you're going to want to put a train in and bring it over. Ironically, I didn't put oil carriages in, but fluid carriages in, but you know. The idea would be you would then start building up your train system. So what we need to think about is, because usually when I do the first set of trains, I generally do like a one-way system. So it's just, I don't even got any rail. Here we go. Pop a rail on. It's just a back and forth one-way system usually that I do initially. You know, so can we get a train station? Or two, you know, you would have, you know, station there for loading and then whoop, all the way down for unloading, you know, so it's, you know, a thing like that. But I'm not sure there's much point building blueprints for that, and I think it's probably better if we do proper train blueprints. You know, with proper unloading and a stacker and that sort of thing. I want to do them in a modular way with lots of options for how you can do it. But keeping some basic principles. So I always do double-ended trains, so it'll be a double-ended train system. But whether you include a stacker in it, you know, will be an option. That sort of thing. But not going too nuts. It won't have like loads of different options for stackers. It'll just have a fairly standard one, I think. But yeah, like unloading as well, like options for do you do the 12 chest unloading or, you know, 4 chest unloading, that sort of thing. So that's what I'm thinking there. I'm stalling slightly to try and help me remember where we got to. Basically, I think, yeah, I put them in here because I've been archiving the things into my blueprint library. But it was these guys we were working on. And I think I'm happy now with... So this is the belts one, which goes up to red belt. Yeah, this gets you assemblers, yeah, at level 2. And also your steel smelting if you want it. That's your rail, okay. It's different there though, isn't it? Because it's... So I need to update that blueprint. Because I decided you would do stone somewhere else probably. And in fact you don't need that really. Right, so that's that one. What's the other one I did? Oh, the inserters, yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So, idea is that these load... Okay. So these load onto this here. Does the inserter have a... What does that have on it? No, that's the belts. Yeah, okay. So they've both got an output, but that might need to change, so we might need to tweak that. That's what I was checking there. But basically, these are going to load, so it's going to load those two, so that you can fit, you know, send it into green potions, and then you've got copper. Yeah, okay. I remember now. These, I need to move these because I was thinking about turning it round, wasn't I? Yeah, that's it. And we were going to put the military stuff at the top. Okay, I'm fully remembered now. No, I just undid that because I'm an idiot. No, leave them there and move them up. Okay, so how would we do this? Yes, this was right. So what we need to do Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, I remember. I remember. It is 3 to 1, isn't it? So they take 3 seconds each. But that only takes 1 second. Okay, yeah. Okay, upgrade them. Do them as well. Oh. Okay. The question with this is the whole loading on of the science, because what I'm actually thinking is probably going to be easier if... Because obviously everything at the moment is coming in at the top. So if we have these here, you see... Let's move that over so that... That's that. Oh, that was it. I was going to bring the... Would that work? Because this would be double wide, basically. It's sort of not an issue, but it's not going to fit into the same footprint if I do it quite that way. But if I put it all horizontal, it's going to be too long, isn't it? So in other words, basically, if I... Because the way I've been doing is my usual pattern, basically, where it's... But then I don't need... Why do I need 3 of them? Yeah. Okay. So if you did this, you see, how would you get the stone out? How would you get the... Because one of them does need to be double-sided. Then I was saying this was going to be, like, even extra thick, wasn't it? And this needs to be thick anyway. So actually, it probably does make more sense to do this sideways. Then how would I arrange that? Because what we could do is we could basically have a gap here. And this, let's get rid of that flashing. Wait, why am I... Oh, that's because I copied a weird one. So that's 1 stack, and that's... I guess that should be 2 stacks or something, really. But we can basically output onto a belt here. And we can just, do side loading, basically. Would that be better if those were there, maybe? And then we do that. And it also looks a bit tidier doing that, so that's fine. So that then puts them on one side and them on the other. Because the other option is I could, that could be... No, because then we can do this, can't we? Where it's both-sided. So maybe... That would connect if I do that. Am I fussed? So... It doesn't work though, does it? Because... Although, what I could do, I could put that there. Because these need access to coal and brick. And we could have that there. And maybe this also goes here. And this is an underground. Oops. Going wherever. And this is deviating from my normal pattern, but that's fine. And then this is the special coal and brick, which I need to sort out. Gives me a bit of room to do that as well, in case, that doesn't work. So then what we need here is iron plate for you. Like that. So that's iron plate coming in. And that's also an iron plate for that one. You see, we've already got these two here, so we can't forget that. Then this isn't anything. This is just whatever I end up being. This is outputs. So because those are going to be on this side, so that's fine. This doesn't need to go, you know, super far down. But you need weird stuff, don't you? Oh, you need copper. Okay, that's obviously why I did it. So that needs copper, as well as the things. And what we could do, we could do something a bit funky. Maybe? Because it's then getting the copper. Unfortunately... Well, not unfortunately, but that's got to be there. So we can't put steel on it. Unless we did a half copper, half steel. That's not great though, is it? But then this is only a half lane of gears. Why has it got why has it got pipes on it? Nothing here uses pipes. Because pipes are used here for engines, but I've got separate whole separate thing there. So this could just be a taking the wrong one off. This could just be a gears, and then that be. I mean, because you could put the pipes on it. You know, it's not saying they don't have to be. It's just saying what has to be on there. And the gears are used for these, you see, so we don't really need the pipes. But we've got the copper. Then this could be, it'd be probably be easier if that was, I say easier. I mean, how much, because it'd be better, it'd be, you know, better as it were if this was a bit squished up. Because what I wanted to do, I wanted to put both on the belt there. And then, so actually that needs to be on the other side. Oh, yeah. So really they do need to be on the same side, don't they? And then that bit doesn't matter as well. I mean, I guess we could have... Because I could move this down. And then this is... going in here. We've got a bit of a spare space there though, which is not ideal. You also need, oh, that needs copper. Okay, maybe if I break that little golden rule I've been using. Oh, it needs power anyway. For that one. What if that was there? Oh, and it matches symmetrically there anyway, so that's better. So then this is going to output... Would it'd be better if those were the other way round? Because that gives it a chance to grab the stuff. So this is just steel, basically. Which is where? There. So that's that one. And obviously there's green circuits on it when it comes in to the base, but that's irrelevant. Okay. So this gives us both grenades, granata, in a box. Walls in a box. We could put them in a box here, but I'd rather do it. In fact, that's what I was planning to do there, wasn't it? So, probably better if I just... or cleaner anyway. If I get rid of all that. Can I tidy it up and squish it up? if I do that? What are our options there? I mean, we could move this up. Then those could just literally go on a belt. Literally. And then we can squish this up. Because what we could do here is have them a little kink. Everyone likes a little kink. And then I could squish this up to there. And we get both of our outputs together. And it looks less wasteful in terms of the space. Does that work? So we get stone brick and coal in there. This is the only using stone brick. This is using coal and iron plate. This is using iron plate. And then these are using the firearm one. Now, this will produce more than these can use, which is fine, because we want some to go down and stick in a chest there. But they get copper and steel plate. So effectively this isn't needed for this design. That's not part of this module. We could chop that off. But that's fine. In terms of aligning it here, feels like we're going to end up with a gap there, doesn't it? Okay. Let's put that so that that's properly aligned. And we've got an option here. We could have another, we can move that power pole there. Could I move that power pole altogether? I can, can't I? That means I could move these up, basically. So if I need this space, if I want to put, some belt there, or 2 belts there, we can do that, no problem. But that's lined up there. I say this is here, but it's not part of the thing. So okay, so we'll call this our. What are we going to call it? Let's call it the... Because it's that. Because it's the grey science stuff, but not actually grey science. So, a bit weird in that way. I suppose the other caveat I should give, I should have said this at the beginning, is I have been having some trouble with the internet, so if I drop out, apologies for that. You're going to redo your... No, you decided you're going dark? Okay. Why has that suddenly changed? All I did was put my hand in front of it. The autofocus on the... Or the... Like the... Oops, that's not good. Oh, whatever. All I did was move it. Do I do that? Doesn't have any effect. Brilliant. Okay. Marvellous. Marvellous. Technology, eh? Yeah, so this needs to be here. A bit like with the copper, basically. So it's not actually part of this thing, but it feeds into those two. Okay. So that's not got copper on it. But then I changed that, didn't I? Because I don't need... We don't need pipes on this, so we can redo that. And that one, same again. We don't need... Oops. Don't need... In fact, I didn't actually edit that, so I'll take that. I mean, these don't need steel either, do they? No, nothing there needs steel. Wait, doesn't one of these need green? Yeah, they need green circuits, so that's wrong. Green circuits, iron. In fact, it needs an iron plate as well. I guess that was from where I was fiddling about with it, turning it round and all that sort of stuff. So you need iron gear wheels and yellow belts. You need iron plate and iron plate and gears. Okay, so that's okay. What about you? Iron plate, gears, and green circuits. Yeah. Oh. Iron plate, gears, and yellow. Iron plate, gears, and yellow. That should be basically the same. That's more green circuit. Okay. There we go. So, let's redo them then. So, I did that one as well. Oops. Oh. That does need steel and green circuits. Does need pipe and gears. That one needs, I mean, it doesn't need pipes, but or stone brick, but that's all fine. Yeah, okay. So, did I finish that? Yeah. And then this needs to go on the bottom somehow. So, how are we going to do that? So, if this was plopping on there, first off, that's in the wrong place. Oops. So, if that was to go onto there, let's say we'll space it out in the usual way. Then it needs iron gear wheels and copper. These haven't got any power now, so we'll just plop that in. Oh, why haven't you got power? Oh, okay. I don't even know what all of this rubbish is doing. Right, so I think that fits. It needs output. But how am I actually doing the output? Because these two are going... And what is that? Oh, that's the grey side. And then this is the green and red. Okay, so it's all a bit disordered. I don't think there's any way I can fix that unless without completely redesigning this though. I mean, the other option is I bring them in at the bottom. Because what I'm thinking, we've got, you know, this effectively connects on the bottom here. And I can move it up and down, I guess. But at the moment, I've got the red and the green science here. Obviously, I need to do a belt rearrangement. So although I could bring it along there, it isn't the connection for that one. It needs to connect to that one. And we've got an awful lot of belt here. So, I think we do need to move this up. Oops, like that. So that then gives us the option of bringing the red and green along there. And undergrounding it over to that one. A bit of that. Then we've got direct there, direct there, direct there. Okay. So this bit actually needs to be on the top of this. Where's the point? And one up. So, no, two up, isn't it? Because that power pole is that power pole. And it's one tile above that. No, so it was wrong. So it's there. And that would make it there. So if I move this over... move it out of the way. Obviously, I don't know yet how close. I could probably get it quite close. And actually use this space as the down place. Yeah, okay. Right, so that was... This, in theory, is the red and green coming out. This is actually further up, isn't it? So, let's... In fact, let's do that as a separate one. So this is... red beakers. Red signs. Camera's still not happy with me being so dark, is it? Stupid thing. Right. I didn't get... I wanted to get Oculus Quest, basically, for Christmas. I didn't quite get as much Christmas money, as the expression goes, as I was expecting, so I had to pay for it myself, which I don't mind, you know. But yeah, it was a bit sort of... Oh. So what's the problem here then? Problem is, I mean, that's going to have to come out there. And then we know that's... So this is copper coming through. This is... So we don't really need that for these guys. So could we do something clever with that? So the copper could stop there, you see. I could probably... Could I rearrange them? That'd be tricky. Because basically I want to put the green science on it. Let's get rid of this rubbish here. So I want to put the green science on the bottom. Oh, there's a bit of room, isn't there? So what we could do... We've got one grey machine. What we could do is offset it. How does that help me? Because that's iron, and that's... I mean, that's copper, but not really. Difficulty is that I can't get... And they need to continue anyway. That does need to run all the way down so that these guys can eat it. Okay, so I'm going to have to do something undergrounding this rather than the other one, aren't I? Oh, that's going to be very spaghetti, I think. Are those properly lined up, or have I misaligned them in some way? No, that's all where it would be. Could I get rid of that power pole? No. I could disorder these, though. So effectively, that becomes that. And then we have that one there. And that. Well, I can either move... Well, I could move that one up like that. Is that... How is that then aligned? How did that help me? Because this one does have to go all the way down. I mean, I could... like that. And then this could just be an underground. You see, these two have to... Because this is the cogs line. So these two undergrounds have to line up. I mean, I don't need that to be... there, do I? Because this is this line. That one is that one. So that then means if that's copper there, then I could take that way, have that go in, and then that gets me my combined... That's very ugly, but it works. And then we could even have one extra green machine. There. In fact, could I have more, couldn't we? We could, but... Yeah, let's have one more green machine than that. Because this is the cog going down. This is the combined... Yeah. So it's not ratio, but it sort of works. And it's a distance-wise thing. It's fine. You know, you could put one more machine in, but you'd want one more red rather than one more green. And if we did that, we'd have the same problem again of fitting all of this round. But even worse. So probably better. And we can redo this so that we can get the reds and the greens on different sides. We need to move... Might as well move both of them. Do that. Nope. What have I done there? So that puts the greens on one side, the reds on the other. Gonna need to unpack that a little bit in order to blueprint it. Right, so let's do that then. So if this is this bit, so it's that bit, what do we need to change? We need to change this top arrangement, but only insofar as we need an underground like that. And then this needs to be an underground from somewhere in there. We can keep that cog there. Bit weird, but we can keep that cog there. So is that all fine? Or not fine. Is that all the same? I think that's the same. So that's the inserter one changed. Cool. Next one then is the belt one. What's different there? It's all really at the bottom end again, isn't it? Which is, that needs to be an underground. And then this needs to be do like that. So they then match together. Cool. So we'll redo that one. Awesome sauce. Now, I've made a bit of a higgledy-piggledy mess here. I guess the red and green are fine. The green, though, if we do that one like that, and then we can just sort of edit it. So this is the green becal. So that needs to be gone. This isn't part of the build. That's a connecting point. I guess we could put one of those lads on and say that, oops, and say that this is, excuse me, this is inserters and level 1 belts. Do I want that top bit in it? Not really. No, it's fine. We'll leave that there. That's part of this build. But that, we don't need that little bit. I mean, I could, you know, I could have some chests to collect them, but they're already being put into chests, so that's a bit irrelevant. So this is the Grand Bakar. Right. The reds and the military, we need to tweak this bit first. Yeah. So where would this fit? So ideally, we'd want it sort of there, wouldn't we? Or there even. Or up there. So ideally it wants to be, you know, in this section here. But the question is there something we can cheekily put in? What have we got? I've got green science done. Ooh, supply of engines, maybe. Ah, red and green wire would be good. But then I was thinking of combining that with the red circuit build, so... But what we've got here, you see, is steel. I mean, we could have green circuits as well if we wanted. What would that be? Because I've got those two. We could put... Not a fan of that. What about anything down here? These are all dependent on... Why did I... Oh, I put that on the bottom because I was going to feed it with, like, leftover engines. And this was the engines for Blue Science, wasn't it? Which are all going to be now here. So yeah, this does want... this. We do want that build to be there, along with this, and therefore these. But it's a bit more complicated than, you know, sticking in a cheeky little extra thing. It's a proper design, I think. What about any of this stuff? I mean, we have got those. That's interesting. I'm starting to wonder whether it'll fit into my square grid size. Why has it gone dark again? This is bonkers. The camera's having a nightmare. What are you doing, camera? Gonna blind myself eventually. Right, yes, so whatever else we're doing, blue circuits, etc., it's sort of, you know, it's a proper build rather than just sticking in a cheeky thing. So we can fix these. So what do we actually want? We want this to match up to this. How do we do that? So if we take out some of this stuff, we'll leave that one there actually. And if I just cut that away. So ideally... Oh, I copied it. Like that. So ideally... we're going to end up with a gap, aren't we? No, we don't have to. We could do some undergrounding. So I could underground this. What are you two? You're the... Yeah, that's alright. So I could underground that to there. Oops. Like that. This could go in there. Does that make sense? Or maybe I could... Oops. Maybe I could do that around there like that. That down there. They're both quite kinky boys, aren't they? I never like doing this with inserters because I've had incidents in the past. I'm sure it's all fixed and stuff where they don't properly put onto curved belts. But this is a fast insert. I'm sure that'll be fine. Now, actually, although this goes up here, it doesn't technically need to be undergrounded there. We could actually hop over that bit and connect in there. So that doesn't technically need to be there, really. This could be how we get it in here. Oh, it does, because I've got that machine there. And we could, I mean, I could do some weird thing where it loads on the side and stuff, but nah. Don't fancy that. So, question is, do I underground there? No, because I'd have to underground anyway. So that's not really gaining anything. So it needs to be an underground there. And then lovely tagliatelle here. Let's go that way. Oops. Like that. So it's a bit messy, but it means it's compact, I suppose. Here we're getting... I mean, these need to be filter inserters, don't they? Actually, no, they don't, because I can... Oh, these need limiting. So, this one is the ammo. Is that right? Yeah, that's the two ammos. So we need to put a filter. So if we filter left to be the ordinary ammo. Does that make sense? Because it's on the... Oh no, it's on the other side, isn't it? So we can actually... That's a bit less confusing. Because the ordinary arrow is coming out on that, on the... As we're looking at it, left-hand side of the belt. Going down. These guys are ignoring it. And it's going into this box, the leftover. So then the red ammo would go in here. So how many do we want of each? I guess... Just let it flow, basically. So it's a couple of stacks of each. This one, then, must be the other stuff. This is grenades and things. So which side is each on? So the walls are going to be on the right side as we look at it. So if we put output priority left... Grenades? No, left. Because it does it in accordance with the direction of the belt. So then walls will be going in here, a couple of stacks of them, grenades, stack of that. So I was saying yesterday, I'm going to have millions of walls and millions of grenades. It's like some sort of industrial military complex. Right, so we're happy with that arrangement, I think. But we need to redo these blueprints, don't we? Yeah. So if we copy... So if we plop that one down again. So what's different? They got a copper there and it goes all the way down. That's all fine. I rearranged all of this, didn't I? So this all needs to change. So that goes like that and that and that. And then that one goes like... Oh, why doesn't that match? Is that too long? No. Why is that not matched? Did I not redo it? Oh, no, I squished it up. What's different there then? So that... I'm trying to work out why this kink isn't... Oh, it's because of these... I have moved these inserters up. Yeah. Like that. And then that's to orientate it to that. We won't bother with underground. We'll make this part of this build. Yeah, okay, so I think that's right. Let's just try it. Oh, I've got the wrong one there. Like that. So does that overlap? Seems to be happy. Cool. Did I do any changes to the green build? I don't think I did. No, so that's all fine. So it's the red one that should be different, I think. Oh yeah, that's quite different. Okay. So what changes have I done? Well, there's obviously that's going to be different. So... Oh yeah, I moved these, didn't I? So this needs to be moved up. So that's that. That one's doing this weird kinky business. Like that. Well, let's just do the first part of it. And then presumably this one basically goes on the bottom. But with the inserters sort of swap round. So that up there. Does the green one have... It does. It has the output on it. So if we just put that bit in. And then that needs to face inwards. Does the green one have that connector? It does, yeah. But that needs to be an underground. Right, let's try that again. Oops. Right, so does it sit on top and be nice and blue? Apart from the whatchamacallit telling us, you know, the combinator telling us what goes in there. There is a mismatch on the inserter. So it's the red one there. Looks good to me. Cool. I did say that, didn't I? I guess if we create the blueprint for this, which is going to be what? Somewhere up here, isn't it? Labs. Okay. But say we need to we need to rethink all this blue side of things. Excellent. So, in theory, we got six things making chemical science packs. So it's 2 seconds, isn't it? We're going to get one every 2 seconds, basically. I think, because we got 6 labs. They each produce one every 12 seconds. So that's one every 2 seconds. Yeah. One every 2 seconds. So to feed that, the big one is going to be the engines and the reds. Sulfurs, no problem at all to produce, but the engines and the reds may be tricky to do at that volume, actually. I can always, like, half them. I can do the same, you know, I can put that, and it's like half of that, so then it's one every 4 seconds, which is only a couple of engine machines. In fact, I think we'll probably do that. What am I looking for? I'm looking for intermediates, engines. You see, they take 10 seconds to craft. So if we wanted one every 2 seconds, we'd need 5. Which is ridiculous for this tiny Kickstartery base. And with them... well, we don't need... No, we need... Yeah, no, because it is one. One per pack. Yeah, so we would need... Yeah, we're going to have to halve this, basically. No point having a giant stack of machines that we just can't support. Also gives us a bit more opportunity to underground things, if we need to. Rather than, you know, belt them along there. Okay, so in that case, we now only need one every 4 seconds, and they take 10 seconds to craft. So that's just 3, basically. That's fine. Now, can I do something with these? Because what I'm thinking, we put the engines in here, and that also gives me the opportunity to use some of this space, because we can have the engines going through. Because 3 machines is going to produce more than these will use, even when they're going at full speed. So we can have the other bits of thing, you know, so that we may not do, you know, may go roll back on the pumps, but if they're going to pumps, but they also need to go into the electric engines and stuff. Well, and stuff. That's the only other thing, isn't it? So they need to go in there, you see. So we need them sort of building up for when you eventually get to that point. So we might have like a chest that buffers them effectively, so that they're ready to go when you actually need to use them. Okay, so if we want to try and do three machines, whoops, 3 engine machines, could we fit them all on there? We can. So if this was 3 engine machines. The 3 engine machine. Because you see, it can grab the steel here. Perfect. Perfect. I say, I'm never a big fan of it grabbing them. I suppose also, these really need power poles at the top. Otherwise it's not going to connect itself up. Because that would be too far. Because basically that power pole, if that's the gears there, the power pole is going to be there, which is too far over. I'm confusing myself there. So that would be 1, 2, 3 for that line there. 1, 2, 3. I think it's there. That power pole is effectively there. So it does connect. So we should be okay. We've not got any connection here. So, because don't want, if you slap them all down as modules, we don't want a bit of it that's unpowered and you've got to manually put them in again. But what I'm thinking here, you see, is we could have the engine's output on this. Oops, why did I get yellows? And then we could have them grab from this, which is your pipes and your gears. Then we would have... How does the red circuits work? So that's only a 6-second crafting time, but don't we need more? Yeah, we need 3. So I think, I've just done quick math in my head, but I think the same number of red circuit machines is required. He says, not at all sure of himself. But it needs green circuits, you see. And green circuits is by default on this line. So it needs green circuits. I say these aren't going to use green circuits. Oh no, of course that's on the wrong side, isn't it? Okay, so what we're going to have to do with that then, that's a bit weird. Because these guys just need steel, don't they? Yeah. So we're going to have to do a... I could move that up. And then this is some sort of monstrosity where it like loops back on itself. Maybe? Because what do you need? You need, if you're red circuits, your output in there, and this, you see, this needs to be, well, have I got one? Needs to be this one, and it does need both of them. So that does need to be pips and cogs, but it doesn't need to go any further than that necessarily, depending on, maybe I'd stick something in this gap maybe. Then this is the output, but this needs green circuits, plastic and cables. I mean, what is the math on that? So if we wanted, so they take 6 seconds, and we only need one of these every 4 seconds. So basically 1.5 every 4 seconds. So every 1.5 every 4 seconds. 1.5 every 4 seconds. So it's like 2/3, but times 2. So it's like 1.5 machines, I think. So could we get away with putting a copper machine in here? We have to rearrange that slightly. So this is a copper. Oh, could I? Well, in that case, why don't I put the red and green circuits? Not circuits, the red and green wires here. This is all a bit weird, isn't it? The question is arising, where are we going to process oils? Because we are going to need a fair amount of space for that. And we've got loads of stuff left. And only really in theory. So there's not much room in my theoretical limit. Well, there is, because these are a bit squished up, so I bet that'd be end up there. So actually we could probably fit some chemical processing here. So we'd have to think about this in terms of we're bringing plastic, you know, back up. So we could move these down. That wouldn't be a problem at all. So these could be, you know, oops, there. So if this is a cable machine, I need a cable machine. And it's feeding into all of them. These both output, because they need green circuits as well. Cheeky. So in theory we've got green circuits sort of coming that way. And kind of available for these guys. I mean, how far we could do something like that, and then it's only one long-handed. And then you've got oh, you need power anyway, so you need the power anyway. So basically there's a chesticle here for red circuits, chesticle here for green circuits. Just the one. And then these are both outputting there. You're getting, well, you're not. You're both getting green circuits and wires. You're getting green circuits and wires. This needs copper, doesn't it? And I've nowhere to put copper in. How about if we power that like that? Then that doesn't work, but it's not necessarily a problem. Because we do have the issue that this steel. Could we sneak this in somewhere? Because it needs, oh, it's got the wrong type of machine. Because it needs copper, steel plate and green circuits. So steel plate and green circuits could be here. What I could do, I could use an underground to, like, you know, pick which one this was, rather than set any kind of filter on this. So this then does have both steel and green circuits on it, so it's coming upwards. So we could, because we want copper, another line of copper, you know, like here, going down to there, and then this could grab some copper, put that up there, because that's got steel and green circuits on it. And then it could grab that one. No, grab that one, sorry. And then it outputs there. I've nowhere for any lights. I've nowhere for any lights. That's bad. Except we want a power pole there. So we could put some kind of light there, a light there, and then that one is without lights, but then I could always rework them. It's not connected. That one? No. Do need a power pole? Yeah, okay. It's getting a bit higgledy-piggledy, which I'm not at all a fan of. I mean, if I move these together, would that have any help? So in other words, if that was there, and maybe... Oh, didn't need to do the inserter, but... Oops. That's there. It's not connected across, is it? It's not connected across. Why not? It's just one tile too far. One tile too far. If I made... No, that wouldn't help at all. Okay, so undo all of that then. So when it's there, it connects, so we might as well keep that. How annoying. I mean, I could build these with the assumption that, you know, the person's going to be using long power poles. That's not an unreasonable assumption, given they're part of the other blueprint. But let's see if we can get away with wooden ones. You could always replace them with, you know, medium power poles. Right, so what have we done here? We've created like an extra thing here. So this is kind of complete in and of itself. You know, this is sort of a module. Ish. With, you know, logic circuits and the some... In fact, I need to cap that, don't I? We'll just set it a couple. But then these are the red circuits for the blue science build. Because my thought with these is that we can send them down, now that we've got a gap, we can send them down here again, like we did with the military. Oh, no, and they need to go, they both need to go beyond the blue science. Again, power poles are in the wrong place. Are they? Oh yeah. Why is this all blooming? That's wrong, isn't it? That should be all fast. So it's a bit illogical that I've been doing small power poles, isn't it? If I'm assuming fast inserters. Oh well. Right, so what else it needs? So this goes along, and you know, we can do other things with it, which is both the red and the green. The red and the engines. So we've got another gap here, which I'm not a fan of. But I can't think of anything that would use red. Red and Red and engines. I mean, we could put this in. Would that fit in somewhere? Pumps instead, so they're grabbed from here. Yeah, because we could have that undergrounded, you know, there. Okay, let's put that in. So it's in here somewhere, just making use of the space, really. And it needs to grab engines. It needs to grab whichever one it is, pipes and steel, which you can get from there. We can put a power pole there. Or there. And there. I am a bit worried I'm getting a higgledy-piggledy again, in that this was the problem with the other build, where I just went totally off-piste. Oh, it needs to be upgraded, doesn't it? But, say, we'll see. We'll see what it ends up looking like, particularly with the power poles. That was one of the things that it kind of occurred to me wasn't great about the previous design, and I say I'm now thinking maybe we should go medium power poles. Can I get rid of this? I mean, I think we kind of covered everything there. We've got them. We don't have. Oh, we got them too. We need to do chemical. Oh, lasers. Oh, they need batteries then. So these need to be... What I'm thinking of these is it sort of loops back up on itself. So, it, you know, it's like these, you know, maybe we try and fit... What sort of space? Because we need sulfur. But we can put sulfur going up. So we don't necessarily need these two lanes. We have sulfur going up there. And they have both sulfur and... Do we even need sulfuric acid? I mean, I've got it. Oh, you do for batteries, don't you? But we could one-to-one feed them. Because we've got... I mean... we've technically got copper there, but that would be a bit of a nightmare to... Because it would have to come out there. Would it be a bit of a nightmare? Not sure it would, you know. Because we get rid of them. Oh, that's a better placement for power pole anyway. That one's really only there for that light. So that's copper coming through now, you see. And we're going to need another iron line somewhere. So I'm thinking sulfur and sulfuric acid here, and then we can stick the sulfur down, just down there. And we can pipe the sulfuric acid around. Well, literally we can just turn it into batteries, can't we? We don't need sulfuric acid for anything else. It's the batteries we need, not the sulfuric acid. Yeah. Okay. So these could be like a one-to-one chain, basically. I mean, that's not what anyone would describe as efficient, but that's kind of the point. Because what do you need? You just need petroleum and water. You just need water and sulfur, which is there. Oh, you need iron plate as well. So we could have... And you need iron plate and copper. So the copper could come down like that. Iron plate could be... I mean, these could be the other way around. You won't let me flip them, will it? So we'll have to... Like that. But then the connectors are on the, quote, wrong side. Does that matter? I'm not sure. So this is here somewhere, and we can take an output, you know, quick and dirty. I mean, we could, you know, we could move this down a little bit, and we could have just a belt that goes over there. We're going to have to get both water and petroleum past this. Would that reach? Oh, easily. So we've got some options there. We can cover all of that with a spare tile. So it could start there, or there. Or this could move up one or down one. And we want water there. Sulfuric acid there. Obviously you can just direct connect that. You know, I don't need that to be... Oh. Just literally... turn that round. So what do we want to do? Let's do it. So ideally this would actually be 1 over, but we can't really do that. No, because there's too much stuff in the way. Unless we flipped it round. No, too much stuff in the way. So this does have to be slightly offset so that we can get both pipes in. Now the water could just bridge across because we want both output so that we can belt it over. That might be interesting. And so that we can direct insert it. So that's going to have to be... I mean, we could underground that somehow. So if that was there, this is the petroleum coming in. So we can move it down one, no problem. And then this is the water, maybe. Might be better the other way around. We kind of need both of them, basically. So maybe if I put that there. And that's going past all of that. Because we need it for plastic as well, you see. We could always put the plastic here. Could we? No, that wouldn't work. But we need to get plastic up to these guys. Okay. Because what's the battery related stuff? It's basically them. Oops. Because they need both red and green circuits, which is annoying. And then they're both red and green as well. This in theory is just whatever's left. I don't even if we'll even do that. They're red circuits. They're red circuits. They're green circuits, but batteries and electric. So they're batteries. They're batteries? Yeah. Iron plate, steel, green circuits, steel. So they're identical apart from adding in electric engines. Which is interesting. But all three of these need batteries. Is that the last thing that needs iron plate? I think it is, isn't it? None of them need copper. No, none of them need copper. But it does need iron plate. How could we arrange that? Don't think we can we? Because that could be a long-handed. That's how we get that in there. That's fine. But this, I mean, I could do... No, I couldn't because it didn't reach. It's a bit naff, isn't it? I'd have to do something like that. And then that goes down there. It ends because it doesn't need to be a... Oh, but there's no... Oh, I could feed it in there. Is that... That's as far as that'll go. I could do another one. Because what I'm thinking, basically, this becomes a half and half belt of copper and iron, because none of these need... This is that's the only iron. Then it's steel and green circuits. Steel, green circuits, electric engines and batteries. Red circuits and flying robot frames. Green circuits and red, steel. So we need some gear wheels coming in, but that's fine. That's not a problem. And there's steel. So there's more steel. Green circuits, red circuits, green circuits, red circuits. So this is literally the end of iron plate and copper. So it'd be convenient for that machine, this machine, to be here in some way. Possibly, so if I make that there. It's all a bit unfortunate with because I can't move that over. Ah dear. I should switch to steel power poles. Because it's not an unreasonable assumption that they're going to be using them. Or I'm going to be using them at this stage. Yeah, I think we might have to do another pass turning them into steel power poles basically. Right, can we get this there? Not really. I mean, we could. Because what I'd like to do is half a belt, so, you know, have a iron plate coming in there. Maybe. But then it's all skew-if and not aligned. Could I move all of this over one tile? So we get rid of that belt. So if this was one tile over... Does this get a bit tidier as well? Not really, but... Because what I was thinking with that is basically... like curving it around on itself, because that... Oh, it's on the wrong side, so that's a rubbish idea. Does it let me go from there? Yeah, it does. Got an extra tile. No, it doesn't. Huh. How can we get over to there? But if that was there, how would I get it onto that side of the belt? I don't think I can and keep the power poles, because I could do this. And that would put it on the other side of the belt. If I did have that there, It's still on the wrong side, you see. How annoying. How annoying. I mean, it can all go one tile down. And that gives me a bit of playing room, because this doesn't have to be here. It can be there. In fact, I didn't even move that over. So it could be there. And that'll let me do it, but in a horrible sort of spaghetti type way. I mean, I could move this whole thing down. Wait, so it's not... It's there, but... So in other words, that's along onto there. Or... I could make that an underground. This is really messy. In fact, this could become an underground. That's a little neater. It's something like that. So that needs to be an output there. That at least is in line now. So it's a little bit tidier. No, still not great, really. So that outputs to that machine. This needs water, iron plate. So you see this needs iron plate. And this needs iron plate, but also copper. So we want iron plate coming down here. That's the last of the iron plate. And then batteries... Need an output for batteries, but that's no problem. We just chuck them on an undergrounder here, underneathy. And then this, just like that. Let's take the pipes out for the minute, and we'll just assume it's fine. Or, yeah, that could be... Oh, no, it needs iron plate there, doesn't it? So, so that needs iron plate. Well, that's it. That's the last of the iron plate. It needs batteries. So the question is whether I'm going to put something... like here, you know, boxes here, or somewhere else maybe. So we'll just do the one. Did I do the one of that? Oh no, I did two. Let's do two of that then. Light. The same theory, another machine here, but what that would be, I'm not entirely sure at the moment. Well, I guess it could be lasers, couldn't it? I could put the lasers in. Yeah, let's put lasers in. Lasers. So that's lasers then. Lasers. But it needs steel and green circuits as well as the batteries. Oops. That's the batteries there. So this is where we need to get the steel and green circuits again. So we could have them coming down here. Okay. Can I copy and paste that over the top? Oh, it does. Okay. So if this was the steel and green circuits, because this is the red circuits and engines. This is batteries. And that's engines, green circuits, lube. So this needs to go in here somehow. No, it doesn't. go in here somehow. Other way up maybe, but... Because this is where the engines are coming out. Yeah, that's the engines coming out. So green circuits, lube is a direct thing. Something there, or whatever. Maybe that way around, or something like that. Then what have we got? What have we got left? So we've got plastic. Completely forgotten about plastic. We've got flying robot flames. All of that stuff. And these bits and pieces. You're like the end game, aren't you? But everything here is red and green circuits, steel. Okay. But you need steel and green circuits. Yeah, so we're going to have a sort of unfortunate situation here where this is like not very well connected up. Or it's curving back on itself. Maybe this is where we could put the plastic. And we could like bring it over from here rather than... Because I've managed to... You know, this could be a branch basically, because I don't need petroleum down there any further. Whoops. Wait, what have I connected? Oh, that's a mess, isn't it? But yeah, this could be a branch with the petroleum coming this way. And then we could rework the water somehow. That's a bit of a mess. We can't put a regular pipe here because that'll connect up the two wrong inputs. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, but... Because I don't need water for you, do I? No. Okay. So if you're plastic... How many do I actually need of the plastic? It's not many, because I've only got 2 blooming red circuit machines now. I mean, I could have another one. We've got copper here. Going this way. Plastic. Green circuits. Huh. So what we could do, we could have like an extra like bonus bit of red circuit production. Because we've got everything we need here. And we're going to just have some of the plastic go back on itself. Huh. We do need somewhere to put the coal in that situation, though. But yeah, how many plastics do I need? So if I ended up with, say, 4, another 2 red circuit machines. Because we can have them loop down and sort of feed in here. So that could be an additional... bonus extra bit of red circuits here, somehow. But then we could also, because we've then got green circuits and red circuits here, we could say put these in. On this side. Maybe a bit further down. Or whatever, somewhere there. And then this area, maybe because that's, maybe they're up the top as well. And it's only the flying robot, it's the, you know, robots that are down here. I think that might work. So we need slightly older arrangement with the plastic, but it only takes 1 second to make 2 plastic bars. And then this consumes 2 plastic bars. So even if we had 6 machines, we'd only need 1 plastic maker. We haven't got 6 machines. And we're not doing anything else with plastic. So we literally just need one plastic maker. Yeah, that's it. So, how could we arrange this? So maybe... because the red circuit machines... use plastic, green circuits and copper cables. So we could have, you know, 2 of these, 1 of these. Oops. And then it's got green circuits here. We could have 1 plastic going that way. 1 plastic going that way. That's a good fit as well. Coal could, you know, sneak in the middle maybe. Unless I put that over there like that. And I've got 1 plastic going one way, coal going in there. Might be tricky to get the coal in if we've only got that 1 thing. Because it's quite a lot of coal. 1 coal every second. No, it should be okay. It's just the 1 machine. Sort of doesn't matter where that is. So I can move it that way, this way, the other way. But basically we have the 2 outputs there. Yeah, I'm going to have to rework this for medium power poles. I think it's a bit silly. I mean, we could make that, and then, so you're grabbing them. Where are you taking green circuits from? There. So that's actually, needs to be a long one, doesn't it? So that's copper, and copper is, eventually, that line there. They both feed into these guys. We've got... I put this over here because I'm thinking we put the red circuits down there. You know, the bonus red circuits is on that line. Like so. So this has now got green circuits. This is green circuits, isn't it? Yep. But this is plastic going the other way, basically. I have to work that one out. But this is where the plastic's coming from. Oh, I've no way of getting plastic to both of them at the moment. Can I move that up? Oh. Can for that pipe. Like that. So can this move up 1? No. Because then it wouldn't have cables. How do I get plastic to you? How do I get plastic to you? That was an oversight. Because you've got green circuits there, but I do need the steel. Well, I do and I don't, because... I know you need steel, don't you? How do I get plastic to you? Because that does need both of those on it. This is an output, isn't it? And where's it going? Oh, it's got the red circuits on it now. I can't cheekily sneak that in now. How do I get green plastic to you? How do I get Plastic tube. What does it need? It needs cables, plastic bars and green circuits. So at this point here, do we need steel? Oh, it's a bit cheeky. You need steel, they don't. Yeah, okay. So steel and green circuits need to go all the way up there. But then I've just put on extra green circuits there. So could I cut this off, basically, is what I'm thinking. And somehow get this over here. Because what I could do, I think I'm going to end up having to rework this because it's sort of, it's there but messy. Now we're doing it. Oh, it's only 440. Okay. Because we put that in there, you see. Because the other problem is I could, you know, I'm literally getting it from there to there and going right the way around the top. So, you know, I could do some kind of output here, but then all the power poles and everything else is in the way. Whereas if I bring this in here and sort of move it all over one, because that's not too much of a problem. So this needs to move over and stuff as well. But then this could grab from here instead. Yeah, we're going to have to go medium power poles. But I'll just work with these for now. Because that needs green circuits as well. So does this one. But then get them from there. And that needs both steel and green circuits. I'll probably end up better with two. But for now we'll see what it does. And then... Can I get rid of that power? I can get rid of that power pole altogether. Don't need that one at all. In which case, because this is movable, like that. So actually a long-handed could go in here somewhere. So what we can do, instead of looping this back round, well obviously this goes all together, so that's a little bit tidier from that point of view. But we can get these in here. I'll need to move the inserters. Yeah, need to move the inserters, but we can have that there. Which inserter? That inserter. Oh no. Can't move the inserters. How do I get that over there then? I mean, the solution could be a red underground. But I don't want to use them in this base. I mean, we do have an extra unit there. An extra thing there, but that doesn't really help. I mean, I guess we could get rid of that power pole, couldn't we? Why don't we do that? So then that is next to it. No. Ah. That didn't help. What about moving it up? That helped. So it was here. Ah. And that then's for? Aha! Hurrah! So the plastic can go... shove itself. Plastic can go in there. Look around there instead. Okay, that's horrible, but... I say, I think I'm going to have a session like tidying it all up sort of thing. Or rethinking it. Keeping the same principles. So what we could do instead, we could have this be there. And then, what are you? What are you? So, feels like we could do something with this, because this is steel and green circuits. These only need green circuits. So it feels like we could do something here that would be a lot tidier. But anyway, for the time being, we'll plot one of them in there. Like that. So some plastic is going that way now. And we're not looping it around the top. That's a bit nicer. Plus I could maybe do, you know, something like that. This is then going that way. Would it be better? Probably be better if that was there. And that was, oops, like that. And then we've got two long-handed outputs, so it's a bit more balanced. So then, wait, yeah, no, that, confusing myself. So that's the input now. And that's the output. Nah. Because these are slower than the other one. So, that like that. That's the output, that's the input. Yeah. So actually that probably does need to be on that side. Okay. So we then got a whole bunch of things. Oh, these are steel. Steel would be heading down there. Okay, so this needs to be in this gap here. Because this is steel and green circuits here. But these are just the both circuits, aren't they? Oh, but they're not on that anyway, so... Actually, these need to be here as well. And this one does as well. Oh, but that needs cogs. Crikey. Okay. Nobody said anything about cogs. I mean, cogs could actually, because of how I arranged this... Yeah, this has got to go medium powerful. But this could be cogs here. That doesn't need to be an underground there. This could just be a splitter. So that could be cogs. Doesn't it need to be pipes? For, yeah, it needs pipes there, but could just be cogs coming that way. What are you? Your engines? Yeah. I don't like the way it does the filtering, I've decided. It's sort of a bit weird, in my opinion. Because it basically it like blocks anything else coming there. It's not a, it calls it a priority thing, you know, priority, set priority left and right. But then the filter means like only those things rather than like, yeah, it sort of blocks it rather than, it's like contradictory things. It's not a priority if you've completely blocked it. You know, it's exclusion, you know. So it's a little bit contextually odd in my opinion. Right, so we've now got green circuits and steel and red circuits. So actually it would be better if this was the other way around, wouldn't it? If that was the output. So that's red circuits. So that one needs to be the input. Okay. So that's just from there to there. Okay. So this is some red circuits, some green circuits, and steel. We've got an odd situation there. But there you go. Okay. So how am I going to arrange these? I guess... I mean, these actually take the same time, don't they? So half second, but 8 bits of steel. Which is a ridiculous amount to try and get in. But I haven't got anywhere storing or making steel chests, I don't think. Okay, so what we want then is for this to be in the centre. But for it to be a pass-through one. So like that and like that. And then them, one stack of them, I guess 2 stacks of them. Then we also want to pass through in this direction. In fact, if it's got that, we don't need 2 there. I've got 2 lots of it there. Put that there. Upgrade everything. I've forgotten to do earlier. Any grey machines? I don't think so. Got them here then. So we are getting to the bottom point. And maybe, you know, this is here somehow. Interesting. Right, and then we want that there. We want you there. That. Okay, and then everybody here wants both sides, don't they? Except you want more, you only want steel, but you want loads of it. So you might as well have both sides. Okay. Got the option of just not including them. Oh, you want... Oh, this needs steel as well. That needs steel. Okay. I've not put that on. So that needs steel. Green circuits. And batteries. Okay. But, so you need batteries, green circuits, steel. Oh, you don't need red circuits. Okay. Okay. Good lad. Good lad. Right. So what we can do is that again. So we don't need to store any of them, do we? So if we put that there, no. So put that there. So you're pass through, but you need green circuits, batteries, and electric engines, eh? Oh, but you only need red circuits. Okay. So we do have red circuits coming out of one of these in theory. What's on this one here? This is pipes and gears. And that's red circuits. Which is them, but no steel. Steel gear wheels. You're a real mix, aren't you? Of what I've got available. Oh, that needs to be coal. Forgotten that one. So that needs to be coal. So it's red circuits, gears, and steel. Oh, we got unpowered things there. Yeah, these definitely going to need to go medium. Red circuits coming down there, along with. Oh no, that's gears, isn't it? Red circuits, gears. But it lacks steel, you see. I wonder if we could put it here. Move all of this down, because this is obviously curving back on itself, which is a bit naff. Everything else is, yeah, I think we could. So if we grab, like, all of that, and just sort of make enough room, or put it down there, and then this, we go next to here, and then it's got access to, because if I split that one, in fact, no, we don't even need to do that, because that could become like that. These could actually be. In fact, I could direct insert the engines, but let's not do that. So this could be, because this is red circuits and engines, and this needs engines, pipes, and steel. So pipes it can get from there. And that I was just bringing down. Oh no, did something need gear wheels? Or was that literally just you? Yeah, it's just you, wasn't it? So that. Don't think that's needed. And then this. This could be one of these arrangements. Except it's in the way. Like that. Why have we got all flashing? Let's put one of you there to stop that. So, this is steel, engines and pipes. So if we move it down one. Oops. Like that. So it's going to get pipes from there, but we want the... No, it isn't. It's going to get engines from there. But we want this one to have red circuits as well. This we can just take down to here somewhere. And that... Oh. Okay. Why have I got a thing there? Oh, it's fine, it doesn't matter. So, you have... Because we've got steel on this side then. Both of you. So you're now getting steel, pipes and red circuits. Because that's pipes there. And this becomes red circuits after some jiggery pokerage. It's got steel there. Feeding steel across there. Do any of these need green circuits? You don't need green circuits at all, do you? Why is this a green circuit line? And not just a steel line? It's that because I was feeding it back on here, but we've changed that, so this can literally just be steel. Okay. Can I move this a bit further back up? Maybe. Well, let's have a look at the plastic side of things. The plastic side of life. Because these guys need sulfur. How am I getting sulfur to them? I was getting it there. But we could make this... This doesn't have to be on the left. It could be on the middle. So, in other words, we can make that a central one. And we could sulfur over there. So in other words, if we make this undergrounds, let's make both of them undergrounds. And then we can move the... Well, didn't need to do that. Could just pop that there. Yeah. So that sulfur now comes out of there, goes that way, undergrounds here, connects there, like that, output there for sulfur. Does that help me with any other things? Because now we don't need, this can just be a regular fast inserter. So we can certainly move this up. Got like this one tile mismatch here. Can we sort that out in some way? Maybe. Because this could move over so that these two are here. This could move over correspondingly. All of this. So it's there. Or indeed... I mean, it needs to have one tile distance because we need to insert. Well, we don't need to insert directly, but it's easier if we insert directly. Does this help with the water? I think it might help with the water problem as well. Does it? No. Yeah. Maybe, maybe not. So if we move this one up. Like that. And now the water can be there. What am I putting on there? I'm putting batteries on there. What am I putting on there? Circuits and things. That has to line up with that one. Yeah, I can't really rework them in the way that it's going on in my head, but yeah. Right, so if this is the output of sulfur, and it's going into the blue machines and the sulfur one here. We've got something going that way. What's that going that way? That's plastic. Okay. Does this even have to be here at all? Does it have to be squished up like this? Not really. I could move them down. I just think because this is the same as this, it's petroleum and water. We'd have to get coal into it in some way. So it needs, does need both, doesn't it? Because we could just connect a pipe across there. Then how do we arrange it neatly? In quotes, I don't think we can. Without doing something, completely different, as it were. So soft comes out there. Feels like this could be a lot tidier. Yeah. But yeah, this is sort of pointless here, isn't it? I can't really move it one over. I mean, I could move... If I move this bit over one, like that, and that pipe... Well, that doesn't have to be there, but I don't think that... Oh, well, I have to move that anyway, but can I connect that up in a better way? Because this allows me to squish this up, basically. Oh, does that help me? I don't think that actually helps me, though, does it? Because I still want that to be there. Oh, well, it could... gives me a slightly tighter build. I do that. And that becomes a straight down there. Oh, no, it doesn't, because I... They're misaligned now. What am I doing there? So that's steel and thingy, isn't it? So that's iron plate. I mean, why am I even doing that? Why don't I just make this an iron plate? Because it's the like the last few things, so that doesn't even need to exist. So we can just, you know, up here I can combine, combine the two types of things. Because it's very little being grabbed. And does that help me here in some way? Or is that just even more horrendous? So what are you? At the moment you're green circuits. And steel. Dear me. So this could be... Let's rethink all of this. So if this is an iron plate and copper line coming down, and it's going that way, then that's not massively helpful. That's misaligned, isn't it? That's wrong anyway. Oh dear. Whose idea was this? I need shooting. Right. I mean, we could just have two cable machines. I'm not... It doesn't sort of matter about being all weirdly efficient. Oops. Let's put you back in there. And we could just have two, say, two cable machines. So I'm feeding in... Well, that's our maximum height, though, isn't it? That's the highest up we can go. We know these are all going to move over. Like that. So they're not long-handeds anymore. We want... So, one cable machine there and one cable machine there. We could offset that to help with some thing, you know, undergrounding and whatever. So they could both go like that, maybe. So this is cables. You know, so they can both go in there. Oops. And that still gives access for this to copper. Except I haven't got anywhere to put the output, as it were, and no room for undergrounding if I did that. So we do something like that. And that gives you access to copper, you access to copper, you access to copper. You've got somewhere to put your output. Put your issue. And you've also got steel and circuits, so you're happy. Like, this could be the same for those two. And either there or, you know, there or whatever. So we've got that option. Now you need the green circuits and the... So, well, they need green circuits. This needs green circuits and plastic. Well, we've got plastic there, but we need steel to keep going. Does steel have to be on this side? Steel and... No, it doesn't, does it? Oh, it does to get to these, so really this does need to be a green circuit, but we could move this one over one. That one could all go over one tile, if that's helpful. We don't know yet. Because we could bring the green circuits down here as well. But then how are we getting plastic up? I've created exactly the same issue. Because what we really want is the plastic to be here. For these both to access it. Like that. So that needs to come that way. Or it could go over the top now. But probably easiest to do it there. If that's still connected, then we don't really want to be fiddling about with that. But that could be a... Oops. Bit about there. Like that. So that then gives them plastic. These have... We need to get green circuits on there as well, though. We have them here. So they need green circuits. I mean, that doesn't have to be there, as I say. So if this is... So if there's some kind of split here... Except it can't be, because there's not enough room. I could flip that around, that's not a problem. We do have one extra tile to play with there. To take that in a different route, but if we assume that's that... Then I could do some kind of undergroundy trick here. Could I? Oh, I don't know. Because I'm thinking I basically insert onto that, but I'm not sure that would work really. Because we would need plastic. So we've got steel and green circuits there. But we only need... So if this was like a long-handed here... This... Oh, I can't do that because it does the... Yeah, it's like exclusive ore, basically. So if that... I can't do that either. Haha! Well, that could be all the way up here, so it gives me more room to play with. Because if this... We basically need steel and green circuits to go down here. Except that we don't. Oh, I do, because I've got some here that need green circuits, don't I? So we need it to get down there eventually. We could move this over one, I think. No, we couldn't, because then... That, I forgot to put that in. But we could certainly... no, we couldn't. I could do that. And then it grabs from the bottom. So that's one option, but we'd need to move that, but that's not too much of an issue. So this then is a... like that, but how does that help us? Dang, I thought I nearly had it. But if that was, if I can do all that. So we're aiming to get, well, no. We're aiming to get that up there. And this does need to come all the way down. Some of these need it. This needs to go down here. At the moment that's coal, so if I got rid of that, I could move that one over, if that helps. Not sure how at the moment, but it might do. So, what are we trying to do? We're trying to get this. So, the difficult thing is here, I don't know which side the green is definitely going to be on. Because we do want one going all the way down. But we only want green circuits, and I can combine it plastic. So if I can get green circuits on one side, could I do... No, that wouldn't work, would it? I need green circuits on one side. I mean, I could do a box arrangement here. Got the room. So it basically puts them in a box and then puts them in the machine. That gives me one extra tile there. So we potentially have the option. We've got lots of space here, but I can't get my head around it. So basically this needs to go... We need to split this out as green circuits. And maybe it's something to do with that. And then that gives me the option of doing one of them. That fits in that little gap there. And that goes past it. So basically, this gives me the option, because if it's on the left hand, in terms of the belt itself, if it's on the left hand side is green circuits, then that would put them on the near side, wouldn't it? So that's not what we want really. I've got plenty of room here, so... So you want something like that then, which I can achieve doing that. It's the most awful spaghetti. Except that this isn't what we want really. But we can... Oh, so it needs to go up there, doesn't it? That's what she said. So... if that's because that put it on the far side. I say it's a little tricky not knowing which one it will actually be. So we may have to redo this anyway, but if this was coming down here and it's still... So if the green circuits are on the left... Whoops. Green circuits are on the left. Green circuits are on the left. So what we'd actually want is that, but flip. Oh, you're gonna be like that, are you? Right. So it would be that one. So then they're still on the left, but it's only green circuits. And then that's coming out of there. We could do it like that. And make it a long-handed. And then this is the other bit. Wow. I think that's correct. Except I've... Oh. But say, it also gives us the option of like doing it differently in that I can put a different... I can effectively put... Because you can side load onto these and it effectively acts as a lane filter. So this will only take from the left and this will only take from the right. But you see, the trouble is we want both going one way, but only one going the other. And we need it to be on the left side so that it's on the right. And I don't know whether it's on the left or right to start with, but we could literally replace. So if we take that out and put one of them instead, if it's on the other side, then that'll... Well, we would need that then. But that'll achieve the same effect. This is what I was saying the other day about, I don't know that this is very good viewing because I'm just so well versed in all these stupid tricks, basically, that I'm thinking them through before I'm actually doing them, if that makes sense. Yeah, we're going to have to go medium power piles. I'll just stick them in for the time being where we need to, but it'll have to be mediums. But yeah, so we've then got wires here. They should only be one. I don't need two sets of wires. But then we got them there. You've got access to steel, copper, green circuits. You've got green circuits and copper wire. Oh, you haven't got copper wire, so you need to be... well, be there or there. A long-handed bringing you wire. We need another power pile here somewhere to connect all this. Well, that maybe. Now, what mess is this? So this should be coal still. That's green circuits, but this is now outputting in the wrong place. Is that just a case of doing that? I think it is. And now that gives these two red circuits. You've still got copper. You've not got iron plate because it's in the wrong place. Okay. You both need what's on this. We're doing that on there. So do you. As do you. Wait. You need to be all the way over there. Crikey. Could I double kink that? Or make it two? Because why is this? Because we could have that be there. And then it's just going around the other way. And then I don't need all those long-handed. And that could be like that. And I can basically pull this over. I have to tweak the things like that. And now you've got access to everything you could possibly want. It'd be more convenient if that was the plastic. But it doesn't matter, we can put that there. And that there. So these are the plastic for those, and that's all we need the plastic for. This now is the copper and iron thingy, so we need to swap these back again. Somebody needs to make up their mind. So you need both of those. Do you need... You need green circuits, but that's it, isn't it? That's the only one. That's the last of the iron. So you do need these. You need green circuits. But you need red, don't you? Aha. Well now. Well now, my friend. Well now. You need green and you need red. Red is here. I'm wondering if I don't bother with the things. And maybe this is that. And then we put these, you know. Wait, is this is the green circuit line, isn't it? Yeah. Well, yeah. But you need robot frames, you need green circuits and steel and batteries. Batteries are there. So we can move, it's probably going to end up being easier to put that sort of somewhere there. And then these can, what do you need? You need red circuits and these guys. That's too far, isn't it? No, that's going mad. And then you just need green circuits in those. But what do you need? You need, oops, steel and green circuits. What do you need? Oh, you need engines and green circuits, okay. Well, then you could go here, couldn't you? Green circuits are on this line. Need somewhere to put both of those, but let's just throw some power poles in for the time being. So we're going to rework it with... or do I want those feeding into a roboport? If I do, I need both of them feeding in if I'm going to do that whole business. I mean, that makes some sense anyway. If I just put that at the bottom... And then that needs to underground. But then we can have a roboport here with some logic conditions on it for these guys. Oh. Yeah, let's tidy that up in a bit, but that can now directly insert. Well, I probably want some. I want some. Not too many, but they're not unuseful to have. So a stack of them. Oh, we got green circuits, green wires and stuff being made up here, so might as well include them there. Now you need engines and green circuits. Green circuits are here. Or here even. And engines are on one of these lines. Probably the wrong one. No, that's sulfur. So this is green. This is engines here. What's on this line? That's batteries. Oh no, you do need batteries, don't you? No, you need batteries. You need batteries. So you need batteries. Oh. Or... Ooh, that might be tricky. So the ideal thing would be the lube there, and then I can just lob that over there. But then how would we get... I need to get heavy oil in here somehow. What do you need? You need green circuits and engines and lube. So you need that one. In fact, if we put you there, we just cut that off. Yeah, we so need medium power bars. Let's put that there. No, there. Wait, could I put this in here maybe? I don't know. Oops. Maybe. Right, that maybe? Let's just get them power bowled up for the time being. So I'll sort that out. Later on, make it a lot tidier. The only bit that's missing is these guys. Not really a nice place to put them because they both need reds. Because you need green and red. You need red. I haven't connected that up. But you need green. How does this work in... Because this whole what's left could go in there somewhere. And if we look at this... Oh, I've got spare room. Because that needs to line up with that. But that can go there. And I've got more room. So it's more compact than I need it to be. Does that help me with the whole plastic problem? Could I just abandon this whole squishing it in? I think I can, can't I? Because we could then have the plastic like here, and it'd fit fine. Because we could also, this is where we could bring all of the fluids in. Yeah. So having spent ages reworking this, we're going to rework it again. So if this is the plastic over here somewhere, then we don't really need the coal going all the way down. And it could be on either side. We are going to need some fluid somewhere, but we could put... Well, now there's an option. We could create a special one. We could have this here be just green circuits, and we put plastic on the other side of the belt. And that solves a lot of headaches. That solves a lot of headaches. Because actually this could be the other way around, couldn't it, I think, now? If we don't need to bother too much about this, because this could be the... Instead of this being the plastic line, it could be this one. So we'd have to move that over, but that's fine. Like that. So we assume that we're going to work this a bit better. Like that. So that's just a direct cable in there. So that's the... Wait. That needs to be there, doesn't it? So that's those two coming down. And that comes out there. And it's the copper and iron line. And then what we need is... Oh yeah, this is a lot better. Because this can just be a regular old splitter. Oh no, it can't. Because... What we need is... These two coming this way. I say we need to... Work with medium power poles, I think, but basically that can go there, and then that can be a long-handed, and that can be a long-handed. And basically, so long as that's... Whoops. If that's then a plastic and green deal there, because we don't actually need the steel here, necessarily. This could become a... Oh no, we do, because how else would we get this to it? But this could be the green circuits coming in here with plastic, and that then goes to these guys, and they don't need this lane. You get copper there. You're going to need... Well, you need iron plate, but you don't need steel. So we have a switcheroo going on, in the sense that this then needs steel and doesn't need plastic. So the one that is steel and plastic, sorry, green circuits and plastic, kind of needs to go to here. Go along here, rather. But we can have the other one. Well, we've got options. We could have it coming down here and like jumping across, going through that gap, which probably won't have a power pole in it because we'll have steel power poles. And so this becomes a swapsies in for the steel and green circuits. You need green circuits? No, you don't need green circuits. Or we take it down here, you know. Either is good. Yeah, I like it. I like it. So that does need to be the steel one. But it doesn't need to go down there. It basically needs to hop over. Like that. And then, as I say, we'll do it with undergrounds for now, but that'll probably be a... Because you then get red circuits on that side. I like it. I like it a lot. We'll just have, you know, the one... Well, I could put two on, but... So it's just the one coal input. Let's just even it up. So it's a fierce beast. So this gives us the option of, say, of bringing the pipes down here, basically. Oh, why did I do that? That was moronic. because we need that to be a connecting pipe. So that one does need to be petroleum. Oh, well, I could swap them around. It's a bit tidier, isn't it? Should I cut and paste, you idiot? Yeah, we can have that one there. So that's the pipe coming in from top. Now then, the question is, do I move all of this over to here as well? That would be a lot neater and tidier. And then we just, you know, spaghetti the belts round. I don't know why it's decided I'm so dark. If it seems to think I'm in some kind of shadow, but I've got lights on full blast. It's having a bit of a mare, I think. Yeah, I like that idea because it gets rid of a heck of a lot of this horrible spaghetti stuff. So we'll put these over here somewhere. So we don't even need them. What's coming in there? That's pipes and costs. And probably a lot of this could move up as well. Maybe, I don't know. So we've got a bit of a gap here now. Would that even fit in? Could that go in there? No, it couldn't go in there. But this could be all the way up here. So that all of this could move up. No problem. Cable. So then, what do you actually need? You need batteries. So batteries do need coming in here somewhere. What are you? Your pipes and gears. Does anyone actually need pipes and gears, or is that just an artifact? You don't need gears. You don't need gears. You don't need gears or pipes. I think that's just a leftover. Oh no, you need them. You would need them. So at the moment we've still got sulfur coming in there. Because this is the batteries, isn't it? So it needs to, well, it needs to become the batteries. And what do you need? You need iron plate, so you're on there. So how far up can I probably move this? Because this one needs the steel, the turrets. The steel can move up as well. This can all move up to there, maybe. This can move up to here. How far up? That far up, maybe? I hate you wooden power poles. Right. So this one is grabbing iron plate, which is coming in from there, and I can't really do anything too much about that. And you need batteries and steel. So I've been making this one batteries, but you grab the steel from there. Okay, so how does this look if we rethink all of this? If this becomes, so that can be on the other side, and so can that. But what do you, oh no, you need, no, that was why it was there, because of the, Yeah. But can I make it tidier, at the very least? Because I can rotate most of these round, I think, and have the inputs coming from this direction. So I can redo the pipes at the very least. Because that can output. I can move this one up. Rotate it around. That pipe can be on there, and I can rotate that around. You're taking iron and sulfur and water. So we need... Oh, that's a bit inconvenient though, isn't it? But I think we can work around that. So this would need to be that. And then these two need to connect somehow. Or do they? I mean, I could just do this. But, oh. Who put that there? That's pretty ugly, isn't it? Can I at least move this down one? If you're not going to let me completely move it. Would it go down one? I think so. So instead of make it there. So then these pipes go there. And this can be back to there. So if this is the... Well, that's an unfortunate alignment, but that wants to be this one. Something like that. And then I guess this, we could put the water here somewhere. That. Not like that, like that. Like that. So that one's water. Okay. But it is for the time being. We'd better, actually, if we make that one, make a water one there. Then we could probably have the lube here. Lube. Oh, crikey, it's 10 to... Oh, hello, Grim. How are you? I'm sorry, I'm doing the whole flow state thing, which I don't know if you've heard me talking about that one. I'm getting a bit... My fear with this series was always that I would get a bit into the zone, as it were, and I'd almost forget that I was here, which is... It's one of the things I enjoy the most about Factorio. It's just, it triggers that flow state like nothing else. But I don't know that that makes the best streaming, stream viewing, as it were. There appears to be some kind of gap here, and I don't know why. Because that needs to go down there. Because those are like that. But why is that all the way down there? Guess I must have rearranged it without realising. Could put that one in there. Make that an underground. Oh no, that needs to swap over, doesn't it? So that one needs to be that one. But yes, I'm okay. All good, just very busy. Is that family stuff, or you doing sort of work stuff, or? I think maybe I'll just sort of pretend that that's a deliberate decision. Put them there. So it feels like there's something I've forgotten or taken out there that needs to go in there. But yes, this could be heavy then. Down this way. And that could connect over like that. Except it's one tile short. Yeah, it feels like there's a lot of squeezing and tweaking I can do with this. I'd quite like to test it. We haven't got these guys in, technically. And the other option, I could bring all of this up. And that's what I was thinking about doing originally. As in, so this, all of this, would be up here. Obviously worked around the pipes and stuff. But the lube's there. You know, the heavy oil is there. The difficulty with that is I don't think I wouldn't have batteries for them. I'd have to get them over there somehow. But I was originally thinking about looping them back up on themselves anyway. The other option is I could, because this is the red circuits, isn't it? Oh wait, they can go there. They can just go here. Yeah, because this is now a green circuit and steel line. So they can both go there. And that's where red circuits is. So like that. And this, I mean, this is actually smaller, I think, than this constrained cage. So we can definitely get all that working. It's up there somewhere, isn't it? So I could even have a tank garage as well, down the bottom there. Or on the side here. That might be a good place for it. I will need to fit one of these in somewhere though, so that it's properly covered and will connect across. Oh look, there's a good gap there, look. Okay, so I think I was happy with these, wasn't I? And they're all templated, so if we stick them back... Oh, I've forgotten which order it was in. Was it... So I think that one needs to go there. Wait, why was there an underground in the way? What were you moaning about there? So... Underground belt is in the way. What are you moaning about? Being fussy. Right, so that needs to go there. Turn them both into belts. And then it must be that one. And it must be that one. So got those four down. That's already there. So this isn't hooked up, but we know that's not, you know. Oh, that'd be even better if this was the end game and we have the tank garage, well, you know, end fluid thing here. Using them all up as, or up here maybe. with some logics on it. Or a couple of them. Could end up with a couple of them. And then the tank garage is there. Right, let's connect up what these are meant to be. And we'll test it, basically. God, dear. Getting ready for my first round of boss fights on Ark at the moment. Oh, right, yeah, of course, yeah. Welcome potty training, crikey. Oh, yeah. Quite it was 1-year-old, was it? I think you've got. Needed a mop a few times, blimey. I couldn't, you know. There's a, how to put it? I think I'm too selfish to have kids. I don't think I could. I don't think I could do any of that sort of stuff. Never been very good with what would you call it? Biological fluid, shall we say? Or other people. Well, even my own. But no, that one needs to be one-sided, doesn't it? And then that's going to be a proper one. I'll show you. You get used to it or whatever, I imagine. But to say, I don't think I could do any of that stuff. I put that there because it needs to go that way. So they're there. No one's there. 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 That one there. No. There. Another one them there. And that's a half-sided again. In fact, that one's a half-sided one. Like that. And like that. Which way round did I actually have it here? So the green was on top, wasn't it? So that's not what I've done. So the green actually should be, so this should be the other way round. That way round. And then the steel is on that side, okay. So then this is iron and pipes again. This becomes somehow by hook or by crook. And then that one is that. I guess if that's the green circuits, it's going to end up on that side. And I can't remember which fluids these are, but quite easy to do. Oh, and we need coal as well. Wood floors is helpful. So every parent says it's different when it's your own. Yeah, I suppose it is. I mean, there are things in your brain, isn't there? That that's a weird way of putting it. But things change basically in terms of your perceptions and stuff, which makes it, 100% makes sense when you think about it. Sort of, from a biology and evolution point of view, wouldn't be very good if you weren't minded to look after your own, your own children, sort of thing. That would be a very strange situation to arise. And this needs to be cogs. Then we've got there. Oh, yes, that's going to be coal on that side. Maybe. I mean, we'll have to see. But the stone brick is on the top, so yeah, it's probably most likely. So that'd be stone brick, and that'd be coal. Iron plate. Steel, but on that side. Is that consistent? Yeah, that's consistent. Cogs and gear wheels. Where they can gear wheels. Cogs. And then kind of doesn't matter these because it's me putting it together. And then we've got So this was green circuits, that's green circuits, that's steel, that's coal, and then that one needs to be, oh I haven't even got any of them. Fluid generators. Where the heck are they? There. Fluid source. Fluid. So I guess that's petroleum. And then, is that water? Water, water, water. No, that's heavy oil. And then that must be water. Oh dear. Oh, I've not. Oh, messed that up completely. So that one needs to underground now. Blimey. So that's not working, is it? Because that does actually need steel. So that's an error in the fundamental blueprint. Because that does need steel to get you running. And you need steel as well. So that was a proper mistake. Oh, it's on there anyway. I just didn't fill it out properly. In fact, is that not the wrong way around? No. No, no. I just didn't put it on. Why are you not? Oh, it's not got a blooming thing. Oh, and now it's going on the wrong side. Dear me. Right, so, are you going to make some blooming... Oh, I've done it again. So again with the modular approach, it's taken all stream to even get a sort of a first stab, basically. Which, So what am I going to do next week then? Because I might actually have some work to do this week. Oh, that's already made. Okay. Right. That's underground. Splitters. Yeah. Just putting them on there. You're working away doing them. I mean, they're all running, so they're getting what they need, even though it's a bit slow. But then it is still still filling that chest up, so the more would go that way. We haven't got any of them. Why haven't we got any of them? Oh, because I've put a light there. No, that's wrong. That's the wrong one. What have I done there then? Oh, it's just mega slow because engines. Okay, so it's making them, but... Oh, that's a blooming... In fact, we've got several yellow inserters. Why is that? So they're wrong. So that is an error. But these have got everything else, apart from you, which is just... You're mega slow. But all of those are filled it up. We're making green lads. So many red lads that we're backed up. They've been put in. They're making stuff. We've even got things in chests. Wow. Miracles will never cease. So we must be making all of that. You're making engines. A lot of which I assume are being... Oh, that shouldn't be a double thing, but that should. So the teeny tiny amount of red circuits is being pinched by the roboports. I guess that would be going in later though. So we could just turn that around for the time being. So that we can see if blue gets made. Why are you not making engines? You are making engines, you're just very, very slow. Okay. It's probably too many labs, really, when I think about it, but we'll have to see. I suppose it's two beakers per craft, so it's not that bad. We've even got all the red and green circuits, oh my. And some solar panels. You don't appear to be running though. Why is that? Ah, that's not connected there. Are you not making green? You're making red circuits by the bucket load. Okay. You've not got any batteries, but then you wouldn't because the batteries weren't working. Oh, that's not connected there. So some accumulators would be made, but I'll turn that round. So potentially could do like 2 batteries, because they're quite high demand items really when you think about it, for this scale of production. What about over here? Oh, we've got one but not the other. Oh, just because there's no... Why are you not grabbing red circuits? I guess if I turn that round. But why is that not grabbing the ones coming out of there? Whatever. So you would need red circuits. Oh, we've actually got loads of them. Oh. Well, loads. We've not made a single robot yet, though. So if I turn that round, and that round, and that round. So nobody except robots will be... Oh, no connection there. Come on. So I've got some blue circuits happening. So that doesn't have any in because I chopped off the batteries too quickly. 12 batteries for each laser turret, wow. So plastic's gangbusters, isn't it? We don't really need that level of amount of inserters. Come on, make it. Yeah, so it's making one now. Okay. We have some loggybots. Loggybots. I guess it's pinching them before it's really even making them. Because they're really slow, aren't they? Yeah, 20 seconds. 20 seconds. So we would need some logic conditions on these guys. Cool. But I think our chests are... Well, I mean, with the caveat that, you know, it's all tiny and stuff. We've got stuff in all of our chests. Actual work. Yeah, I mean, this week I've basically had nothing to do. The nature of my job is like it's super busy, like for a certain period, and then it all just stops, and I'm like basically twiddling my thumbs. I wish the company sort of does a flexi thing. That's why I can stream at 3 o'clock on the Friday, because I've finished for the week basically. But they don't do full flexi, so it's only in week flexi. So basically, you know, if I've done all my hours by Friday lunchtime, I just knock off, you know, which basically everyone does. But I couldn't say this week I've not really got anything to do, so I'll only do sort of 3 days, and then the other 2 days I'll make up when I've got loads and loads to do. Because, I say, I end up with a situation where some weeks I've got more than I'm supposed to do, you know, hours, contracted hours in a week, but I don't do more. I'm very specific about not doing more, because weeks like this last week, I'm not allowed to take the time off. You know, if I was able to do proper flexi, then I'd be happy to work more hours. But it's like that thing of, you know, well, we'll give you, you know, 50 quid now, or, you know, we'll take 50 quid now, but we're not going to give you 50 quid back next week. And it's like, well, so why would I give you 50 quid? You know, it's like, it doesn't seem, it's shooting yourself in the foot sort of thing. It's like, well, why bother doing that? If they were to do proper flexi and be sensible about it all, then I'd be more than happy to do the extra hours, but I'm not going to do them if I don't get them back again. I'm too old for that sort of rubbish. I've done my time as, you know, a stupid person who does far more hours than they're paid to do. I've learnt that lesson. Proper test of the starter blueprints and tweaks to them to make them more efficient. I mean, wondering what to do next week. I mean, I was actually planning on switching back to the aesthetic Factorio series, because this is sort of it. I mean, it isn't. I don't quite know where to chop it off. Basically, this one. I mean, if I did do next week as well on these, then. You know, next weekend, then it would even up the number that I've done for each of the 2 series, so it would be a better place to switch over, roughly. I mean, it's not quite right, but so yeah, I could finish off next week. The trouble is, well, so these blueprints, I spent hours and hours and hours doing them in my own time, because I absolutely love the designing stuff, but I'm not convinced it makes a great stream, because it's just me sort of sat here mumbling to myself, ignoring chat. You know, apologies if people have been. I mean, I can see no one's really been chatting, but you know, if they've been watching and it's just some fat bloke talking to himself. I mean, that's what it always is, but yeah, I'm not. You say I really love doing it, and I need to do it, but it's just it's not. It's that thing of. I don't know that it's the greatest streams. It'll be better doing the run through. Will be better and tweaking them because it's more active. But what I'm saying basically is I will probably play with this during the week because I can't help myself. I'll just end up, you know, fiddling about with it because I can't. If there's a little problem I got to solve, then you know I'm going to solve it. But I don't think this is too bad a layout. It's a bit It's a bit higgledy-piggledy, and the big thing is the power poles. You know, the whole point of this base is you're making power poles, so I think I can safely switch over to medium power poles, and that alleviates a lot of these issues where it's just a mess of power poles, which is why I redesigned the other one. Is a big reason. But we need something here. But I need the top bit as well, so the bit that connects to the resources, because I'm going to make the assumption I'm not going to do another one of these where it's a tiny bit of smelting. I'm basically going to make the assumption that you would have you use this base to make your smelting, you know, while you're waiting for your researches to do. Not all of it, you know, just like 1 lane of iron, 1 lane of copper, a bit of steel, you know, that sort of thing. You can always, you know, you can blueprint it down without filling it out. But you see, once you've got this base done, and I do need more robot ports in here somewhere, then it's got all of the stuff to fill out your blueprints for you, so you could connect them up. But the next stage is trains, because you would be, you know, if you're going for your full-scale smelting, you're going to want your trains, but also your oil. You know, you could pipe it over, you know, great big long pipeline there, but you know, you're better switching to trains in my experience. And we've got fluids in this, and it's got, you know, chemical science. That's the point of it. So We do need... we also need a little production area for green circuits and... Do you see? I mean, there's still quite a bit to do before the test. Probably more than one stream's worth is the sort of thing. I'm running way over time. Sorry. But yeah, so next week, I don't know. I'll have to decide. I'll probably do one. I'll probably fiddle with this during the week and sort of get it into its final form, because it won't change dramatically, because it's, you know, it is okay. It just need tweaking in places, and the medium power poles need putting in, but then I need to divide it into the various blueprints. I've already done half of it, so it just needs to be the modular blueprints to build it all as you go. And then there's the defences, so I can do all that probably off stream fairly safely. It's not that massively interesting. So we'll come back next time and I can show it off, and then we can... I'll probably do the connectors if I do that as well. So it'll basically be complete, but we can work on train blueprints, you know, green circuit build. You know, probably will need to be a temporary cog and pipe thing, because I don't generally bust them, and then we can have a go at seeing if it'll work, sort of thing, as a starter base. So yeah, looks like I'll probably stream in this again next weekend then. So it does even them up. There's then about 6 of each. I could maybe then start the Factorio 2 one. Yeah, anyway, so I've run a bit over. Don't apologise for more content. It's a stream, have a good one. Dear sweetheart, yes. So back to Dyson Sphere program tomorrow. I'm not quite sure what to do, because they've obviously put these new miners in. What we need to do really, because I have actually started on the actual Dyson Sphere. Actually, that's a point. If I switch over to the schedule, show that. I just got carried away with the building, so I'm not thinking about streaming. Yeah, so we will Dyson Sphere tomorrow, but exactly what we're going to do, I'm not sure. We need to scale up, but we're in that situation where we're like power poor, basically. So we need a load of the Dyson Sphere to be made before we can really put more production in to make more of the Dyson Sphere, because we need a lot more power, to the extent that it's not worth... We'd have to cover the planet in solar panels and wind turbines. So I could play about with... You know, we could leave the Dyson Sphere building, and I could play about with the new bits of, you know, the new toys. But the trouble with that is this new miner requires diffraction grating crystals, and I haven't got any of them, obviously, in the sighting system, so we'd have to go and get them. I could use it as an excuse to start building on other planets. Trouble with that is... Oh, would that be a trouble? I don't think there would be a trouble. Because we'd have to put power in on those planets as well. But I can do that with the turbines and stuff now, temporarily. Because I haven't got the battery system up and running to ferry power around. Anyway, yes, Dyson Sphere program tomorrow. This is the schedule. So, end of the weekend, as it were, Monday, 5 o'clock again, I will be streaming Dyson Sphere program. It'll be exactly the same next weekend, except maybe one of these will be the Aesthetic Factorio series. But it seems like we're probably going to do blueprints again, because this took quite a lot longer than I was expecting, but I've enjoyed it. If you want to catch me elsewhere, there's YouTube. As I was saying at the beginning of the stream, there was some problem with the YouTube upload. It basically got 2/3 of the way through the video and just stopped, and it was just me sat here doing some weird face, puzzling away. So I'm having to redo it. So basically there's going to be no YouTube videos on Tuesday and Wednesday, but they'll kick back in on Thursday and Friday. But yes, so if you're looking for me on YouTube, wanting to catch up on any of these series, the VODs are up there. it's Trismegistus or alias to Triggles, and there's also Twitter. I just post the schedule basically on there as well. Yeah, so if you have been watching, thanks for doing so. I hope you enjoyed it and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Factorio. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Where's my button?